The charge that is being dismissed is an expensive one. No insurance carries a minimum fine of $200, maximum fine of $500, and it's punishable by up to a year in jail.
A courtroom hears a traffic case as a man faces charges after driving with a suspended license during dangerous winter conditions, an offense that could lead to fines or even jail time. The defendant agrees to a reduced charge, explaining he was just minutes from home after dropping his son off, and claims he didn't even know his license was suspended. But the judge discovers multiple unpaid tickets and a troubling detail: the defendant admits he had a seizure while driving, turning the situation into a potentially life-threatening incident. Now the judge must decide whether this was just a mistake or a serious risk that could have ended very differently.
So Ms. Stoll has agreed to dismiss that charge if you plead to no valid ops and agreed to reduce the careless to impeding traffic, which seems like pretty good disposition. Is that acceptable to you?
Yes, sir.
Did anybody promise you anything to get you to plead to this?
No, sir.
Or threaten you?
No, sir.
Do you understand you'll be giving up all the rights on the advice of rights? There won't be a trial here?
Yes, sir.
Were you driving the car on December 17th last year? Let's take a look at your ticket. This isn't in my queue, which is a constant source of irritation. Good morning, Daniel. Are you here on Mr. Wright?
Yes, sir.
Very good, thank you. So is Keith. Actually, John Bush is here also. You got this ticket at 4:40 in the afternoon on December 17th, M60 and Corral Road. I don't know what you were doing that was careless or reckless. December 17th was quite snowy. Your license shows as suspended. Where were you going?
Home. I was maybe a quarter mile away from home or less.
Where were you coming from?
Colin. I was dropping my son off at wrestling practice.
And your license was suspended?
Yeah, I wasn't aware of it. I'm taking care of it. I already paid $270 towards it.
All right, well, this will show up. You've also got some unpaid fines in Indiana, which is jamming you up.
Yeah, and I'm trying to get that taken care of. I didn't realize it.
Okay.
Like I said, all of this, now that I am aware of, I'm taking care of it.
You also have some unpaid tickets in Coldwater. Did you slide off the road or something?
I had a seizure.
I'm sorry. Do you have to undergo some medical stuff? Yeah.
I'm in the process. I have to see my doctors regularly, and I'm on medication. I'm sorry, Judge. That was just a really rough day for me.
I bet it was. As I said, winter started about November 30th. It was full on snowy, I think, December 17th. Pleaded no ops and impede traffic.
It was just me.
It was
just me in a tree.
No, that's not good.
Nope, I've learned my lesson. When you have your life flash before your eyes, sir, you learn your lesson.
Well, that's a big curve there. $100, that's due April 30th, 2026. You were suspended for some unpaid tickets in both Michigan and Indiana.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, sir.
And thank you, Abby, for helping with those 2 pre-trials today. I'm going to make the $75 fine, $75 crime victims, $75 crime victims rights fees. The total is $200. I'm going to give you till May 30th So the first one's due at the end of April and the second one's due at the end of May.
Okay, sir.
I don't believe I have any bond money in here. I don't drive anymore to get
No.
this straightened out.
Trust me, like I said, I learned my lesson.
All right, you're good to go. That
Thank you,
does
sir.
take care of both of your tickets. The impeding traffic carries no points. The no ops will go on your driving record and it will carry 2 points. Hopefully you can get squared away.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you. That's a PEC. Mr. Lambert, you got arrested for drunk driving, which is officially known as operating while intoxicated. That happened on March 9th of 2026. Let's take a look at it. According to the ticket, you got arrested at 6:30 in the morning, South Main and M86 near the American Legion for operating while intoxicated. I'm not sure. State police wrote it.
You have the right file there. I was arrested on in the evening, more like around 10:30 or 11 on Sunday evening.
Well, it says
I was released from jail.
6:38 a.m. So maybe I'm not reading it.
And I don't think my alcohol level was that high either. I think it was,
Well, we'll find out.
okay. Yeah.
Anyway, operating while intoxicated is a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to 93 days in jail and a fine of up to $500. I think probably the way to go here is to enter a plea of not guilty and get a lawyer to help you with this.
Yes.
Is that agreeable to you? Are you still live in White Pigeon?
Yeah.
We're gonna be awfully busy on May 1st. We're gonna set an attorney pretrial for May 1, 2026. We tried to do April's pretrials in March. It didn't really have very many. We did take a lot of pleas. Let's see, Mr. Lambert. I still don't understand. They'll be releasing people without even knowing who they are. I've been on this rant for 30 years, 40 years. You got arrested for drunk driving, lodged. They don't bother to take your fingerprints. You could be some serial killer on the loose. They wouldn't even know it. At any rate, you got printed today. Your right is to plead not guilty. In fact, it's my recommendation. So I'm going to send you out. You're going to get a notice with your lawyer's name and number on it. I want you to call them, make an appointment to discuss this with them prior to May 1st. We will, they'll have a chance to get the police report, get the blood lab report, whatever there is, and see what's what. So we'll be in a better position to talk about it on May 1st. So you're good to go. For all, I told Mr. George this, you're good to go. I think we're gonna have to do the Liberty Bell ceremony on the 30th of April. We're gonna do it on Thursday. May 1st is just too busy with 100 pretrials set that morning. So we'll be doing it in the historic courtroom upstairs. Ratio Jeske. Good morning, Mr. Jeske. Mr. Jeske, you got charged again with driving with a suspended license. It's alleged that at 2:26 a.m. on March 11th, you're driving a car at Maine and Michigan with a suspended license. That's a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to 93 days in jail and a fine of up to $500. Carries 2 points on your driving record and requires that your license be suspended. The last time you were driving, you were on some sort of moped. This appears to be a car. You got the driving suspended you had in 2025. You never paid the fine. I gave you a $250 fine, $125, $125 in state costs, and you never paid it. Then you had that improper load ticket. You never paid that either. So you have $410 worth of unpaid fines and costs. That's disappointing. And one time you had a chauffeur's license. You got that driving suspended in July of 25. Then you had a no ops in 21. Another no ops in 21, no ops in 20, unpaid ticket in 20, no insurance, fail to pay that ticket. That's over in Berrien, it looks like. Well, you're suspended about 4 different ways. This is about the fourth or fifth time you've been charged with either driving suspended or driving without a license. You didn't pay the ticket on the last one, so there could be jail in your future. Mr. George, is there any sort of plea offer here? What are you doing these days, Mr. Jeske?
When that happened, I was working for the hotels trying to get the mess cleaned up from the tornado that happened. It's the only reason I was even out driving at that point. I just dropped off the help I had taken out there and I was headed home.
The day was March 11th. The tornado was March 6th.
It was one heck of a disaster up there. It took almost 10 dumpsters to get that place cleaned up, just the hotels.
Yes, it was. Anyway, I'm disappointed you didn't pay that last fine. Because there's a likelihood of jail in your future, I'm gonna get a lawyer to help you with this. Have you done anything to clear up your license?
I finally got the total cost of what it's going to take to get it back. Unfortunately, it's probably going to take me a few months before I can get everything straightened out.
Well, I can wipe out some of the fines with a jail sentence, but
Unfortunately, I'd end up losing my house, I think.
yeah, then you need to, first thing you need to do is pay your fine from 2025. I put you on a payment plan, then we tried again in January, you didn't make any payment. The payment plan where there's no payment isn't a very good plan. So I'll show a plea of not guilty, appoint an attorney, set attorney pretrial for May 1. I gave you just a fine, time to pay it, even though that was about the fourth or fifth offense. This is the fifth or sixth. So I don't know what you were doing at 2:30 in the morning, but we'll find out. Your story's plausible, but you can't drive. And I suspect you've been trying to stay under the radar. All right, need payment plan. As I said, I can wipe out some of those old fines with jail. So I'm sure you'd rather pay them than go to jail, but you also got unpaid fines in other jurisdictions, but I'm not worried about them, just us. All right, you can go with court officer. I'll see you on May 1st at 8:30. Elizabeth Boyd.
In the end, Judge Jeffrey Middleton gives the defendant a chance to move forward, but not without consequences. It's a reminder that even one mistake on the road can change everything in seconds. Do you think the judge was too lenient in this case? Or did this driver deserve a second chance after what happened?